What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Addy here.
And you got myself, Ham, aka, I think it's pretty simple this week. Sadio Mane. Pretty simple. We'll get into that a bit later. Obviously, we've got some fans that don't even care about the AFCON, so they don't even know what I'm talking about right now. but we're gonna hand it back over to my bro Tom.
Cool. We've got another special guest today. We keep bringing the Red Divided boys through. So we've got another Red Divided very own striker. It took like 5 years to get the best out of him.
You just had to drop that.
But he delivered.
But when we did, he delivered. It was worth the wait. So welcome, Yemi, Manny, whatever you want to know. Thanks for joining us today, my bro.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Cool.
I disagree. I disagree with the fact that
What, you disagree?
After 5 years, it was worth the wait. Well, it was about time you helped out me, Sam, and Addy. That was worth the wait. It took forever to get there. I echo what Tom and Addy said. Obviously, when you went on fire, you was on fire.
When Sam disappeared, Sam just...
We know what happened to Sam. We just can't say it because it's not PG. But we know what happened to Sam.
No, but you know the thing is, obviously, that period was needed, innit? And I think that's what got me going. Let's just put it that way, innit?
You knew, that's the thing. You knew we needed you. You just stepped up.
Yeah.
But let's go straight into it though. Then, Jimmy. Like, how did you get into? Because Ham. Let
me. Sorry, before we start. Sorry, we got to make sure we do this every week because we're not used to this, but we have to. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the channel, and share this with friends and family. Go on, Ham.
This way, that way. I don't know where Tom's gonna put it, so I'm just gonna keep pointing. But as I was saying, obviously you being our striker at Red Divided, and me knowing you probably, I think I met you when I was like 18, Dagenham, 11, we were playing 11 aside, and the first thing that struck me was the boy is technically good. I can handle the football, can strike it. So I just want to know, like, how did you get into football? And what have you done? Have you played for teams? Have you the Sunday League, semi-pro, whatever? Have you had trials? But just tell us a bit about your footballing background.
Yeah, it's a mad one because obviously, like, for as far as I can remember, I played football from when I was young. Tried obviously various teams, Sunday teams, Saturday teams here and there. The earliest memory I can remember was, funny enough, when I was living in East London, I actually played for the West Ham Academy once.
Okay.
And it was a mad one because obviously I supported Arsenal and I put on a West Ham kit and I was like, clout and blue. I was like, allow it. And this was back in the days when you had like Ian Wright and all the man them used to play for the senior team. So I was there, got injured and obviously didn't sort of go through the ranks through there. Carry on playing Sunday League. Then I thought I tried for Dagenham and Redbridge. Dagenham and Redbridge. Yeah, and I didn't cut it. So one of my boys cut it, which I actually thought I was better than him, but it is what it is. I think what it was, they can only take a few. I think back in the day, they can only take a few playoff. Ethnic background. So
allegedly.
At the time, so there was enough spot for myself to get in there. So I just that's basically, and obviously we've been playing with you guys ever since. So yeah.
Cool. And then, other than your playing career, which is a bit like Addy's playing career, full of injuries. Obviously, you said you touched on the fact that you had trials at the West Ham Academy, but you're an Arsenal fan. So tell me about that, about supporting the best team in the world. How did you where did you start supporting?
He said he supported Arsenal.
Yeah, the best team in the world. You heard me. You heard me. We've won something in the last 5 years. Two people.
Your night out in Manchester must have been heavy. Heavy.
No, Addy. I was in the winning side of Manchester. The losing side of Manchester was quite depressing. A bit like the weather. Horrible.
Best team in the world.
Yemi, back to you. And when you started supporting the best team in the world.
As far as I can remember, was when I was like 8 years old. Just basically, obviously, I think Ian Wright was playing for us back in then. And then I think it was just one of those ones. You kind of come from the family, man. But my dad is an Arsenal fan and obviously sat watching football, played football. And I just loved the way Arsenal used to play back in the days, like the passing, the moving, and there was just some energy about Arsenal in it, and that's the reason why I sort of gravitated towards Arsenal rather than any other team. And I've been supporting Arsenal ever since. But yeah, it's not the But anyway, we'll get.
Yeah. Short and sweet.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's it. That's it.
We'll move on to
That's
it
it.
now. We'll move on to it in a bit. Me, Ham, and Ade talked about this. Our earliest memory of football is international football. What's your earliest memory of football? What can you remember?
Oh, mad.
Yeah,
What
what
was
for you? Just say.
You caught me there.
Just say Olympics '96. Atlanta. Okay, I know your dad was. What's your dad? Just say that.
Definitely. Do you know what? It's funny. I forgot about that, but yeah, thinking about it now, it's probably probably that. I'm not gonna lie, and for some reason, the one that sticks out to me, not the earliest memory, but the one that sticks out to me was the one that Tony Adams scored against Everton when we won the league. I can't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
That, I think we beat them like 4-1 or 4-0 or something like that.
4-0. It was 4-0. For the last goal.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I can never forget that goal and the celebration. Yeah.
I think that was probably one of my best memories. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Talking about international football, obviously the AFCON has just finished. What are you guys saying? The best team won it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'll say what I got to say about it. I did go first.
Yeah, as long as Egypt didn't win it, I'm cool. I'm not sure. Yeah. Whether or not they were the best team at the tournament, I think they played the best. I think they deserve to win it overall, looking at who was left and everything like that. If Egypt had won it, I'd have called it a tiny tournament. Yeah. Overall, I'm happy Senegal won it. I'm happy for man like Manny. I think they entertained us a bit, so it's good for them.
Yeah, I think the best team on the night won it. I think I definitely agree with Adi on that one. Best team on the night.
You can't even say on. My problem is I don't even want to say on the night because I feel as if I can't even include Egypt generally. Those men came to they wanted to come and just steal football. They wanted to Burnley it through. So
literally,
yeah, but. It was good. It was good.
What are you saying, Ham?
Yeah, no. Now the funny thing is, now I've always got a story, but obviously I just come from Manchester, innit? So I got the tube, and then obviously I got the bus back to mine. And on the bus, when I got on, there was this African man just running to get on the bus. Yeah. So obviously I've gone on the top deck, innit? And then he's come on, and it's just loud, innit? Like I think he listened to the radio, innit? But it's the game, innit? And obviously my phone died on the train coming from Manchester, so obviously I didn't have no access to nothing. So I knew the game was going on, but I had no idea who was winning or anything, innit? Yeah. So then he's come on, and I think he's come on during the penalty shootout, because obviously when I got home, put the TV on, I realized they won on penalty shootouts, and all I could hear is the radio going off, and the man is going sick in front of the bus, and I'm sitting like 2 seats behind him, innit? But it's in French. The radio's in French, isn't it? So I can't really figure out what's going on, innit? I can just tell that he's definitely Senegalese. I'm assuming he's Senegalese, should I say? And then I just heard Sadio Mane, and then he just went, yes, sorry. And I was just like, brother, I take it, Senegal won. And he's like, yes. Yeah. So for me, I was happy, innit? I think I said it 2 weeks ago about how I felt about the difference between Senegal and Ivory Coast. I know you and Adi said what you had to say, but I just generally feel like their spine, it makes sense for them to be the champions of Africa with what they've got going on with Mendy in goal, Koulibaly at the centre half, Gay, PSG centre half, and then obviously Sadio Mane to top it off at the end. And it's fitting that he missed the penalty, but scored the winning penalty. So I'm super happy for him. Obviously, sorry Salah, but yeah. Mane is my guy, innit? Obviously Salah's lit, but I always maintain Mane's my guy. So I'm super happy for Mane, man.
Yeah, I'm happy for both of them. But I was telling Ade, I'm more of a Salah guy than Mane anyway. But you know what top it up, because I saw Mendy at the end and I like Mendy. So when I saw Mendy celebrating, I think, you know what, it's fine, let them take it. I'm happy that the West African country won. So it's cool, man. It's cool. Well, for like quick word on the whole tournament. Obviously, Yemi, we obviously had our piece to say over the last couple of weeks. What are your thoughts on the whole tournament? Is it a small
I
tournament?
mean, definitely not. No, definitely not. I think clearly, like, there's a lot of talented African players out there, and I think competitions like this just brings them to light it a lot more and emphasizes the amount of talent that we have in Africa. And I think it's about time, and I think it's been said enough times, it's about time they can start showing some more respect on African football as a general. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a long way to go in regards to the way African football is organized. Apart from the tragic incident that happened, obviously, when outside of the stadium, I think generally overall, I think the tournament was actually ran well. The referees were okay, not the best. Don't get me wrong. Apart from that one, apart from that one incident, as we all know about. I mean, apart from that, I think generally the referees' qualities have been good. Especially like I think the last, I can't remember what team it was, but the referee gave a penalty. VAR told him to go back, and then he told us like, "Nah, it's not a penalty. Rescinded the yellow card," and that's the kind of stuff that I like to see. Referees are not afraid to make decisions and just be like, "Nah, I got it wrong," and then move on. But overall, I think it's been a good tournament.
Cool.
Yeah, I think if I was to use a word to sum it up, I would say chaotic. And the reason why I say chaotic is I just think of the goalkeepers, and I just want to flog all of them apart from Mendy. I just want to flog all the goalkeepers. They're all stupid. Do you not see the third, fourth place playoff?
Yeah.
Do you see the Burkina Faso goalkeeper for the
Yeah.
last 2 goals?
Yeah.
And you see that, that's a
Bruh.
snapshot. That's a snapshot of how all of them are.
But what about Onana for the second?
Bro,
my gosh.
So whenever I think of when I think of the tournament, before the tournament starts, I think of man like Eric Bailly, like defenders like that. That just want to, if you miss ball, don't miss leg. So just clear
everyone.
And that's the type of defending that Eric Bailly does, isn't it? And that's same again. That's a snapshot of how a lot of African defenders are very rash. You know what I'm saying? Impulsive is a word to use to describe them, innit? So that's what I was thinking of. And then to add it up with the goalkeepers just messing about. But I think you made a good point, Yemi. There is a lot of talent, minus all the chaos, minus all the madness. There is good talent there, man. Not everyone is 18 though, but that's a story for another day.
No one else take food from a player's mouth, man. Let's leave them alone.
I think we took food from that brother's mouth the other day, bro. We spent the whole episode, bro.
Let's leave them alone. All right, cool. As much as I don't want to, but we're gonna leave the African Nation Cup and go to the FA Cup. I'll start with Ade because
why'd you have to start with me? Why?
Yummy. This is when we kick back. When we kick back.
Actually, you know what? I'll go through it because I think a couple, was it 2-3 weeks ago, when we was talking about this game, and I thought, you know what? I'm not even sure whether we win this game or not. But then I thought, you know what? Why can't we beat Middlesbrough? Are they taking a piss? Middlesbrough at home. Then I started watching the game. We started off really well on Friday. So my brother-in-law came and he said, this should be a tight game. I said, you know what? If this is a tight game, the United's got deeper rooted issues than I thought. We should just be beaten like Middlesbrough. Well, you know what? The game overall, obviously we got leggy towards the end of the game in extra time. We created more than enough chances to win that game. This is probably the most chances I feel like we've created in a long while. I'm not just talking about half chances, I'm talking about clear-cut chances. And from when Bruno missed his open goal, I knew that we weren't going through. I just messaged one of my friends, I think it was Murphy, I was talking to, say, you know what, maybe it's best we go out right now. Like, it's probably best that we go out right now. Like, we shouldn't be going through. Like, so we create chances, but at the end of the day, just shouldn't be losing to Middlesbrough, especially at Old Trafford. So just typical United, nothing surprises me this season anymore anyway. We're just going to keep shocking them. They're just going to keep shocking us. We don't need to set any sort of expectation when it comes to United. What we got left, we only got Champions League in it. And at least that game, we know Atletico have been poor themselves, so that's a 50-50 game. But in terms of like the Friday game, there's nothing to it. But we definitely did create chance. I don't think it was like an awful game where like they dominated us or they created a lot of chances. It wasn't that type of game for me anyway, personally, from my perspective. We created more than enough. Like Rashford had like 2 clear-cut chances, Ronaldo had a few. I know Sanchez scored one, he had another. And even when Lingard came on, he had like 2 good chances. And Bruno's own goal, open goal just summed it up. That just summed it up. So obviously in terms of like their goal, I'd like to get your view on like the handball. But we'll talk about that later anyway. But let's just concentrate on the game first. Adi, what are you saying about the game?
Well, obviously when we spoke about it a few weeks ago, and I was just like, there's no way we're not going to win in it. Which is just, what is it? It's Middlesbrough. Why shouldn't we be winning, especially if we're at home? So obviously the game started, and I was like, still no reason we shouldn't win. We started off making chances. Obviously, your guy that you support missed a penalty. I was like, okay, cool. It's one of those days. But then Sancho scored, and I thought, okay, good. We're ahead now, and we are still creating chances. So obviously, cut the story short, we lost, right? But at the end of the game, I still looked at it and it was like, I don't think we were put under mad pressure or one of those ones that we were dominated or anything like that. We had enough chances to win that game. There's no reason why we should have lost it. So at the end of the game, I just took it as we lost. I was upset at the result, but it wasn't as if like we're played off the park or anything. It's disappointing that we're out of the tournament. It's disappointing that we lost at home. It's disappointing it was Middlesbrough. It's disappointing that we're just shit in general.
Keep going.
But I move forward. I keep moving. I can't dwell on it. It's just one of those ones. Like it's one of those ones. We didn't get Leicestered. You get me? We didn't get Leicestered. So it's a shame, but yeah, we'll move on.
Cool. Pam, go on.
Oh no. Yemi, be my guest. Take it away. People don't want to hear what I gotta say.
Do you know what? Like, it's a mad one, because I was sitting there watching the game, pretty much exactly what Adi said, and I was like, the longer this game goes on and the more chances you guys kept missing, I was just like, you're not winning this. And especially like when Ronaldo missed that penalty, then the Fernandes missed, that literally epitomized the game. And I thought, yeah, you guys are not winning. And I think one of the commentators said it, like, I think it was Ian Wright at halftime. It was like, he actually sees Middlesbrough winning this game. And I was watching, I was thinking, you guys are just missing chances. Like, I don't know what you guys have been doing during the international break. Like, what? You see Ronaldo posting videos.
Jamming with Wiley, bro.
And I'm like, you guys should be refreshed, like Middlesbrough, they've been playing games. You guys ain't played a game in a couple of weeks. But yet, like, I was just like, you guys are missing chances. And I just thought, you know what? Mate, at the end of the day, all I could say was balancing it. Like, clearly you're out, we're out. It's all good.
Hey. The roof. Oh, I ain't really got much to say, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I ain't really got much banter because we're out. We're out. It's just that you guys just wasted people's time. You just wasted people in Manchester's time to come out to the game in that cold, horrible, wet weather. I got my friends driving up from London, 4 or 5 hour drive to go see their team lose to Middlesbrough. What kind of nonsense is that? At least if me and Yemi go to watch Arsenal, it's in London.
It's in London.
We can just go half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll be home before the players are home. So yeah, but big up Middlesbrough and big up Sol Bamba, man. I know Sol Bamba was battling some real life stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So for him to take his penalty the way he did, and then I loved his tweet after when they caught his face. And it was like, you're not excited, so and he said, I'm too fucking old for this shit. But what a moment for them players or the Middlesbrough lads to go to Old Trafford and win. And that's for United. It's just a bad season getting worse, isn't it, man? But got Atletico coming up, so that should probably be 6-5 on aggregate. So that's gonna be a game for the neutrals, you know me? Get a popcorn, right? Am I coming to yours or you coming to mine? Are we watching it?
Cool. I mean, you can take a positive from it. They lost against Barcelona today and they look poor. So that
they got bad, yeah.
Yeah, they look poor.
Yeah. So. They've been bad all season. That's why I think the game is a 50-50. So I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
But quickly,
Actually, you know what?
Sorry, just before you go, just touching on United, the whole Jesse thing. I don't know if that's what you're going to go to next.
Yeah, no.
I just want to know what.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to go to next.
I just want to know what your lot's thoughts was on that, because I know Ralf was expecting him to play, but then Jesse come out and said they give me time off. So obviously, this is the second time it's happened with Martial saying one thing, Ralf saying another thing. I just wanted to know what your lot's thoughts was on this.
Go on, Andy.
Well, I just want to know the truth. I don't have an idea, right? Basically, in life now, if someone tells me something and I don't know 100%, I'll say, okay, I'll listen to what you have to say, but not necessarily believe it. But with the Martial thing, I think Hamlet, you and I discussed this, and I was like, okay, cool. They've said they've squashed it. But I want to know who's fucking telling the truth. You can't say two different things
Yeah.
and then come out and say you squashed it. Fuck the squash. Who is lying? Who is lying? So I want to know.
So you want them to throw themselves under the bus?
Bro, why not? You came and said this thing. You said opposite. Then you now come and say squash. So I mean, Mugu. I'll just sit here and be like, okay, that's fine. I want to know what shit is actually happening. This is when I need one of those snitches inside the dressing room to come out and sell the story to the Metro.
Yeah.
I want to know what's popping. So I don't know where, obviously, you just don't know who's saying the truth. Obviously, Jesse's been through a couple of stuff over the last couple of years that he's had that's messed with his head. So I don't know if it's a club that are preempting things and saying, actually, maybe Jesse needs some time because of what's just happened with this move. And let's give him the time. I just don't know, but I want someone to tell me the truth. I don't like every day is squashed. Tell me the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, but it's just hard with these things. You just never know, innit? You just never know. I don't want to judge Jesse, this club. I just don't know. I just don't know what they're telling us anymore, because obviously they're looking after themselves 100%. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. But we definitely need Jesse. Last week I was saying I don't think he's going to play 90 minutes from now to the end of the season, but we need him. We need him 100%. We ain't got no extra players. We ain't got anyone on the bench. So yeah,
especially with Donny going out alone and obviously Mason being cut from the squad. Yeah, you're right. You actually do need him.
In fact, we might need to give him a new contract.
We definitely need him anyway. I reckon they'll probably, like, obviously was trying to extort Newcastle, but if because of the Mason situation, they probably would have let him go last minute, if not because of the Mason situation. But ever since that Mason situation obviously appeared, there was no way they was going to let him go, man. Look, our bench on Friday, we had no one on the bench. So yeah, we definitely do need them. In terms of the situation, obviously there's two sides of the story and there's the truth, right? I just honest, like, I was hearing like Samuel Jordan talk about this on Talk. I just feel like Jesse might come in and he probably not up, and he doesn't feel like up to it, and Ralf probably gave him like he might have made his mind up for him. Say, look, you don't seem up for it. What do you want to do? Do you want to play or you don't want to play? And if Jesse ain't making a decision, probably, you know what, go away for 2 days and come back. But at the same time, that's not Jesse saying that I need time off, and it's more or less Ralf saying, look, you're like mentally you're not here. And the last thing I need right now is a player that's not mentally prepared to fight for fight into the rest of the season. So, you know what, I'll give you a couple more days and come back. That's the only thing I can see from it. But obviously, this is the second time, and it's concerning. Whatever's going on in that changing room, like we just need a new manager. We need a fresh start, because the players that we don't need needs to go. The players that don't want to be there just have to go, and then we can just start fresh again. Because like this player don't want to play, and then the player coming out on like social media. The thing with like this generation is that the players actually have a voice now, so they like no matter what the managers say about them, they can always come out on social media and release their side of the story. Whereas before, you never used to get that. So the players obviously have a voice now, but regardless whether they have a voice or not, we don't know who's telling the truth. Unless, like, when both of them do leave, or Martial or Jesse leave, one of them come out with an interview and they start ripping us apart. I won't be surprised if they do that.
Amazon All or Nothing coming next year.
So, yeah, maybe then we'll find out in there. But for now, yeah, you don't know, man. Remember,
If I was a player,
yeah.
if I was a player in this generation, yeah, but I'll be the worst, you know, with social media.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'll be on my Snapchat story straight away. Two things: he lying. That's what I'm saying. As soon as the manager said, yeah, Hamed said that you know he wasn't. I said I was cool. The manager said I should take 2 days off. Y'all need to ask him why I ain't in the squad. That would be
I
horrible.
couldn't
if I was
accept
just-
that. I
Yeah,
couldn't accept that. If
you
you're
can't be
lying
lying on
me,
my name,
yeah,
bro. You can't be
and
lying
then you
on my
come and say
name.
it's squash, I'll be like, no. In fact, everyone come. I'll call a press conference.
I did. After press, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go on Twitter. I'm going on Instagram Live at 7. Join
Bro.
Blame me, because you're not doing that to me. You're not
And then
doing
before
that
you
to
know
me.
it, if Martial's live and then you see the players joining, Rashford has joined, Pogba's joined, they might give him thumbs up when he's talking. Yeah, and the manager, the tactics are washed. Tactics are rubbish.
Nah, I'm not gonna be that person you're gonna use. Nah.
Cool.
No, the thing is, I feel sorry. Just because I do feel sorry for the guy, because it's one of those ones where, like, I don't know whatever they told him at the beginning of the transfer window, because obviously it was not until the last day that they publicly came out and said he's not going anywhere. So if you think about that, that's gonna mess up with anybody's head, because he could have been preparing to go to somewhere, whether it was Newcastle or West Ham, and then to be told on the last day that he ain't going nowhere because of somebody else's situation.
100%.
Ain't no one gonna be in a right frame of mind to want to play a game. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what?
I do feel for the guy though.
I don't feel sorry for him, because players like Jesse, there's a few players that are in the same situation as Jesse. When the club has accepted bids for them in the past in order for them to move on, they don't want to go because of their wages, because they're not willing to cut down their wages. So you can't now leave on your own terms. When the club was ready to let you go, you didn't want to go because you're on high wages. Fair enough. Look, at the end of the day, the club's the one that gave you that contract. You got obliged to that contract, right? But then now, because you want to showcase yourself until like the summer, so basically all you want to do is go and showcase yourself, right? Like you did when you went to West Ham. So clubs can start bidding for you in the summer. But bro, I don't feel sorry for you, bro. Leave. Like, if you genuinely wanted to leave, you would have left and take a pay cut. When I'm not asking him to take a pay cut, but if you genuinely wanted to leave, you would have left when teams were bidding and take a pay cut. Because you didn't want to take a pay cut, you've been at United for like 4 or 5 years, or however long. Within the 4 or 5 years, you could have potentially left, right? But you've been in the club for so long because you didn't want to take a pay cut. There's a lot of players on the list that we can go down the list and talk about the same for, like Phil Jones and them. But now that the club are in trouble, you can't let you go. It's as simple as that. You're staying. Like, you can cry all you want, but you're not going anywhere. You can get the money as long as you're injury free, you're going to get the money in the summer regardless. You're going on the free. This is probably going to be the most you're ever going to get in your career. You're going to get that money regardless. You're not going to use us to go and showcase yourself, bro. Forget it. Sit down, man, and wait.
Isn't that United kind of cutting off their nose to spite their face then? Because I know you said you're going to lose him for free. Anyway. You're not going to get no money from him anyway.
Yeah. United are cutting the losses anyway. So look, regardless, like, I'm sure if Mason wasn't around, then I would have let him go. But we were already cutting our losses anyway. It was going on the loan. It wasn't as if Newcastle are paying for it. United has already made that decision at the beginning of the season. So whatever transfer he would have had in January would have been a loan transfer. And I guarantee you, if Newcastle did bid for him in January, he wouldn't commit to Newcastle, because obviously he's not guaranteed whether Newcastle is going to get relegated or not.
Still.
So I promise you that it would never commit to Newcastle if Newcastle actually wanted to buy him in January. He only wanted a loan move. And why would he want a loan move? Just to showcase yourself or to get yourself back into the international team. That's what you want. So in terms of that, obviously it's not ideal for him. To be honest, I don't mind him going, but I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he can't go now though. I think he can't go now. He can't.
Yeah, no, definitely can't go now.
Whether United fans like him or not, he just can't go.
I mean, like Ade said, he's only going to get 90 minutes for the rest of the season anyway.
Now, we'll get games, depending on if he get, we got no one, so he's definitely going to play.
literally no one wants the are done. There's just no one on board anymore. So
Kind of sounds similar to us.
Probably the same shoe with you guys, like literally.
Mate.
So, boy, we might need to combine and make one.
Bro, I said this like 3 years ago, you know. Remember, I said this a couple years ago. Bro. Let's combine the teams, bro. We call ourselves Arsenal United FC,
Bro.
Bro, come on, bro. We'll rotate the games. Emirates, Old Trafford.
That's
Old
it.
Trafford.
You
know what? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think we can make top 4. If we combine the teams, I think we can make top 4.
If they pay us the right money, we can give them the name. We can give them Red Divided.
Yes.
Thank you. Just, the money's got to be
trademarked,
right.
by the way. It's trademarked.
Sorry, I mean, we're gonna have to cut you out of here. But for the right paper, I'll sell this name. But we might as well talk about it, but the lack of activity from both our teams, bro. Like, I mean, I'm gonna need your contribution here.
Actually, Ham, before we go into it, let's just touch on that. There's a few stories in the FA Cup, so I don't want us to miss that out. So,
of course.
So let's start with your boy anyway, Cavani. You were just literally we was with you yesterday morning, and we discussed this. Go on, explain what you were telling us in the morning yesterday before the game.
Oh, about Pep and that.
Yeah, about Pep and Carvalho.
Oh yeah. So just before kickoff, talk about Carvalho, and obviously Jurgen Klopp probably had a word, obviously because they were gonna get him, and you know how Man City do their business. We're not gonna force anybody. They ain't gonna force nobody. So Pep probably said, "Listen, you're playing us at home, so you're coming from London to Manchester. I don't need to FaceTime you. I'm gonna talk to you face to face when you get up here. And then when you get up here, I'm gonna show you. Listen, KDB's there. He's 30. You're like 19. Now, KDB doesn't have to hear this. I'm telling you this, Fabio, because I like you as a player. You could take his spot. You see Bernardo, he's playing out of his skin this year, but I didn't even want him here this year anyway. I was about to let him go in the summer. And look at Phil. Phil is amazing. Phil's the best player come out of the academy. The best player in the country, young player. You can be like Phil. If you sign for us, you can be like Phil. If you go down the road, if you go to Liverpool, they've got Sadio, they've got Mo, they just bought the Colombian kid, got Harvey coming through, they got Jota. You want to come here? We won 4 out of 5. But let me see how you get on in the game. And what does he do? He scores. So now Pep said, fuck that. I'm not even talking to him at full time. At half time.
Lock him in the room.
At half time. Fabio, I know this might be seen as me tapping you up, but here's my direct line. Okay. Before you make a decision, I think the most Pep could do to him legally is say, before you make a decision in the summer, can we talk to your representatives? And I think that's cool. I think that's above board. I don't know, but I do think that should be above board. Maybe Pep can't reach out to Fabio directly, but maybe to his peoples and say, before he takes anything to Liverpool, can we have a word? I don't think it will happen. I think he'll go to Liverpool, but the boy is amazing and he's got a bright future ahead of him. He should have scored a double yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say that he had another chance.
Yeah. But the boy is crazy, man. The boy is crazy.
Cool. What other games can we touch on quickly? Obviously,
Leicester.
Oh yeah, that was Arsenal. West Ham. That was crushing for them, man. That was crushing.
Crushing, man.
Crushing.
Who else?
Ade's
boy didn't score for Chelsea again. Number 9.
Right, you guys were the ones that were trying to give him Ballon d'Or at the beginning of the season.
Not me, bro. Not me.
When I said it was the same Lukaku, everyone was shouting at him. He's much better. He's much better. Okay.
Just a quick one. Let's touch on this one though. We're on wood today. I'm not sure if you guys watched that Ian Wright show like in 2009. Football Behind Bars. And you know,
that was back in the day. Yeah.
It was 2009.
Yeah.
So one of the boys that was a teenager back then, he played for Bournemouth today.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
So yeah. So that was sick. I'm not sure. This was after the Liverpool and Cardiff game. ITV touched on it quickly. So Ian Wright met up with him. So he just touched on his story, what he did straight after that. So when he came out of prison after that, after 2009, I think Ian Wright set up a trial for him in Wickham. Obviously, that didn't go well. That didn't go too well. So from Wickham, at least he kept him out of trouble. So what he did was playing for Bromford, non-league, and then he was working in warehouse. And from Bromford, he moved his way up to like the fifth tier of football, which is Bournemouth. And he was one that actually scored a winner against Wolverhampton in the last round. So and he came on again today. So that's a nice story there, man. So like everyone that do go prison and out, there is a way out, man. There's always a way out. So he was he was actually happy. He said, look, I was playing football, I was working in a warehouse, and I was paddling boxes. Like I was happy. You know what I mean? And to keep him out of trouble. So yeah, there's always a way out, man. Don't always think there's no other way. So yeah, that was a touching story.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the FA Cup, though, man. You always hear stories about that. I feel like there's a story like that every year in the FA Cup.
Yeah,
a nice story like that. So yeah, man. Good luck to Bournemouth as well, man.
Good luck, man.
One of the top players in the centre half that plays for him, who I know he's out injured at the moment. So hopefully he gets fit and is able to play in the next round.
Cool.
But yeah, good luck to them, man.
So, is there any other game? Diaz came on today, showed a bit of his talent. Didn't really do much. That's it. Obviously Liverpool won, and
Harvey scored, man.
Yeah, sorry,
what about Leicester?
Yeah. I almost forgot about Harvey.
Harvey scored.
Yeah, it's nice to see him back, man. Well done to him. And
The crazy one was a Leicester game. Did you see the Leicester game?
Yeah, they got battered.
That was nuts.
It was the fan that came onto the pitch and wanted to start fighting that got me.
Oh yeah. The play.
What's fair up?
Yeah, I think did he actually bang one of the?
He banged him, bro. Like
what?
proper
He banged who? One of the Leicester players.
Yeah, one of the Leicester fans banged one of the Nottingham Forest. It literally got him like
Forever in it. It's a derby. It's a derby.
I was throwing bang like Yemi out here. What?
I went there. I went there.
Man said I wasn't having it.
Get cracking.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I need to watch that, bro. I need to watch that.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw it on social media. So I saw it.
Yeah, as much as both of us are having a mare this season, obviously you lot more than us. You can say it's probably you can probably say that it's us more than you, but we'll continue that debate until the end of the season. But yeah, Leicester, bro, they're having a bigger mare because they finished above us definitely the last 2 seasons anyway. We finished 8th 2 years in a row, so they've definitely finished above us, man. I don't know about you lot. So where they are now, where they're languishing and their performances and the results, I mean, you're 2-1 up against Tottenham at home, you end up losing the game, don't even draw it, get thumped by Nottingham Forest. I know we got knocked out by Nottingham Forest, but they didn't fucking lose 4-1. So what are we saying about Leicester and Brendan and everything? Because everything was looking nice before, obviously challenging top 4. And then now it's not looking so good now, man.
Yeah, and I heard Brendan was pissed off today, actually. I haven't heard it myself, but my friend was telling me that he said something along the lines about the player they think they're good and they're better than what they are.
They're better than what they are.
Yeah.
Or better than what they're showing, basically.
Yeah. He's probably talking about Maddison. I think he's talking about Maddison. Because I've always said that to you about Maddison. That Maddison's
on form, though. You can't be talking about Maddison.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, why would he?
Player. Yeah, it can't be Maddison. Can't be.
Yeah, but
if it's maybe someone else, but not Maddison.
Maybe someone else, but Maddison's. I always say that about Maddison. I think Maddison thinks he's better than what it is. I'll be honest with you, because Maddison is the type of player that I watch here that he admires everything that he does. It will make a sick pass instead of him busting his guts to get into the box. He would just stand there trying to admire his pass. That's the kind of thing. That's what I see from Maddison all the time. That's Maddison for you. But obviously, he might not be talking about him in particular in this conversation, but I see that from Maddison all the time, man. And not just today, but I've said that to you. Remember when you was talking about Maddison?
Yeah, I love Maddison, man.
Yeah, he's a good player, but it's just he's just one of those players that always you think he's better than what he is. I don't think he's it's good. He can only be good, to be honest with you. But hey, maybe he can get better. Who knows? If you're
getting thumped 4-1, your number 10 ain't your problem. I'll tell you that for free. Getting thumped 4-1, that's got something to do with your back line, your midfield. So yeah, if he's having a go at someone, have a go at Soyuncu.
Yeah, because I was listening to BBC Sport Live, 5 Live, before the game. And they were talking about what do they think Leicester's problem is. And the truth is they've scored lots of goals this season, but they
can't defend for
they've conceded, I think they've conceded 37 in the Premier League. What, in how many games have we played? 20, 21?
22 or something, yeah.
They've conceded 37, which is just not acceptable for a team that's even considering going to Europe. You get me at this stage. So it's definitely a defense thing. And this was before the game, before they shipped 4 against Nottingham Forest. So it just highlights further that it's their defensive issues. So yeah, it's poor. Yes, it's poor. It's poor.
But all I want to say, Yemi, I'd love to know what you have to say after this. I just want to say, before the house gets on fire in Leicester, please, just send Tielemans down to London and let the whole place burn after. Let the whole place. I mean, I like a lot of Leicester players: James Justin, Madders, Ricardo Pereira, but Tielemans, just take him out of that madness that's happening there. Bring him over here with Smith Rowe and Saka and Martinelli, and let the house burn. I don't know how you feel about that signing, Manny.
No, definitely. I'm definitely happy. It's funny you guys mentioned Maddison, because when we were linked with him, I think in the summer, it was between him and Odegaard. I didn't really want Maddison.
For 70 M?
Nah, I didn't. Can you imagine? Do you know what I mean? I was like,
I like him. I don't like him. I don't like 70 million pounds worth of him.
You know? So I was kind of happy that we actually got Odegaard over Maddison. So for me, yeah, Tielemans 100%. I think having him in there, get rid of Xhaka, maybe him playing alongside Partey, for example, that would be a good partnership, I reckon.
Is that good? I mean, it's in line with what we're doing. We're signing players 25 and under. Tielemans is 24. International. Plays for Belgium, top player. So I'd take him. I would have taken you, Manny, in January. We didn't buy anybody.
Oh, man.
I would have taken you, my friend. Do you think you could have done a better job than Eddie Nketiah right now?
I'll definitely score goals. I might not be able to run as much as he would, but I'll definitely score goals. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, that guy, honestly, like to think that we're now relying on Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah, players that have only scored 5 Premier League goals between them the whole season. It's a joke. It's a joke. I honestly, like, if I have to take my emotions out of it, because when we didn't sign anyone, I was like, this is madness. And I think that was my emotions talking about.
How many did you say? Yemi, they scored 5.
I think it's like 5 between them, the whole in Premier League goals.
Oh, wow. Like, probably scored 4, Eddie's probably scored
1. It's mad. It's madness, you know, and that's the strikers that we've got for the rest of the season. They're not signing any new contracts. They're both out of contract. There's speculations to suggest that Lacazette is in talks with Lyon, sort of trying to get a pre-contract in place before the summer.
Which he's allowed to do.
Which is allowed to do, exactly. So it's crazy. And then these are the plays as we're relying on to score us goals and to get us top 4. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know,
it's actually free. Sorry, just checked it. But go on.
Oh, is it free?
Yeah.
I see. It's even worse.
Because I was thinking, I don't remember Eddie scoring this year.
Because Eddie hasn't scored, but
Eddie hasn't scored. Lacaz's got 3. Eddie's got none. Yeah. Eddie's just been getting goals in the Carabao Cup
against League One sides, but it's okay. Because that's his levels. Let's be honest, that's Eddie Nketiah's level. But what's striking for me, it's like we could have got rid of Nketiah. This is like the 2nd season in a row. I think we could have got rid of him and got some money for him. Now we're going to let him go for free. Newcastle wanted him. Crystal Palace wanted him. I don't understand it. And I understand, obviously, Aubameyang ain't there, but Martinelli could potentially play up front and then put Smith Rowe on the left. You still got Pepe as an option. Personally, we should have got rid of Nketiah. You know, that's my personal view.
100%. But you see the lack of activity for both sides. I'll throw it out there to everyone. I mean, I don't know how realistic our top 4 chances were, but do you think this is literally like scuppered our top 4 chances and it's just going to go to Tottenham because they've got a better manager than both of us and they actually done some business? Do you think it's theirs?
No, I don't think it'll go to Tottenham because, like you guys said last week, just because they bought some players doesn't mean they improved their team. Do you know what I mean? Like, they bought players, but it hasn't actually improved their squad. To be really honest, it's just like they just bought players for the sake of buying players. Personally, I think it's going to be obviously it's between us, United, and probably like even like Wolves are there. Let's not forget Wolves are there as well.
They're not. Stop it.
No, I said they're there. I didn't say they're going to get
West Ham are not there. Even West Ham are not there. No,
West
Ham are not there. I said it like 3-4 weeks ago, and they weren't there. They were higher then, and they weren't there. So they're definitely not there now.
Personally, I like for Arsenal not to get top 4 would be criminal, considering like we don't have any other games apart from Premier League games. So for us not to get top 4 would be criminal. And And I said it to someone the other day, and this is my own personal opinion, that if we don't get top 4, Arteta has to go. I'm sorry. Arteta has to. That's my.
All the
Arteta
way
has to
top
go.
4.
Like
So you won't even take
come
5
on.
or 6. He has to go for your
Listen,
6. Yeah,
like this
greedy.
whole season, all you had
Yeah.
was Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Premier League. That's all you had.
You're greedy. You're
Why?
greedy.
I want success. I
From
want
where you're
success at
coming
my club.
from.
I
From
don't
where you're
care.
coming from.
This guy has to go. But the problem is, we know he's not going to go because clearly it's been reported that they trust this guy. They're going to back him. They're going to give him more money in the summer, X, Y, and Z. But
he's making moves. He's making progress, though.
What progress?
You were 8th before now.
But the season ain't over yet.
Exactly. So why are you sacking him already?
No, when I said at the end of the season, if we don't get top
you can
4,
see,
I reckon.
but you can see your players are improving. Don't you feel your football's improving? Your team's improving gradually. They've gotten rid of dead weight. Would you get rid of so much dead weight to now sack him? You have to at least give him one more season, right? If he finishes 10th, I'll understand. But where did you finish last season? 8th.
Yeah. And
If he finishes 6th, if he finishes 6th or 5th, and you can see progress that he's making, why would you sack him just because you didn't make top 4? Top 4 was not in your books at the beginning of the season.
I was going to ask you, what was your expectation at the beginning of the season for Arsenal? We know where you're at now. You can potentially make top 4. What was your expectation going into the season?
I'm not going to lie. My expectation was top 4, considering that we didn't have any European games. Okay. Because we didn't have any midweek games. All we had, FA Cup, which started in January, and Carabao Cup was like here and there. But personally,
you saw the players we bought in the summer.
And exactly, we had a good business in the summer, and I thought, hold on a minute, we ain't got, literally all we had to focus on was Premier League. Put all your eggs in one basket, get top 4. Even if we won the Carabao Cup or FA Cup along the way, which we're not in anyway, you have no excuse but not to get top 4.
But honestly, at the beginning of the season, you thought you had a squad that was top 4 within this country.
With the kind of players that we had and the business we did, yeah. That's me personally, because like I said, it's like if you had like European games and all the midweek games and everything else, then you can be like, okay, people, players might get tired and might get overplayed and everything else. Then, as we know, historically, Arsenal starts falling down the bandwagon from February, February.
Anyway. Yeah.
That's the routine, and that's kind of like what's happened. We're at the Carabao Cup, we're at the FA Cup. All you have now is the league. So even before that, before the FA Cup started, which started in January for all the Premier League clubs anyway, we had to go for the Premier League, like to go for the top 4. We had to.
We should have had you on at the beginning of the season, because I was here trying to argue what you're saying. I was arguing for Arsenal at the beginning of the season when we had a few Arsenal fans on. No one expected it. Everyone thought Arsenal was going to be 7th. A lot of Arsenal fans were arguing that West Ham had a better team than Arsenal. So what would you say that?
Had a better team? I mean, they appeared to be, because of what happened towards the end of last season. And everyone would say that on the expectation, obviously, because what happened last season, we fell down the pecking order. Obviously, West Ham looked good. They qualified for Europe. They was playing good football under Moyes. So automatically, everyone would expect West Ham to be better than us, and expect like they look like they had a better squad than us. But like I said, with the business that we did in the summer, we recruited, we got rid of some deadballs as well. And I just thought, okay, we have no excuse but not to potentially go for the top 4.
Well, like you said, the season's not over.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go.
It's still, definitely. It's still a long way to go. But again, my expectations is top 4.
Oh, no, I don't see why not. You shouldn't obviously you shouldn't expect top 4, because the teams that you are competing with top 4 are just as bad as Arsenal, to be honest, if not even worse. So, and as you said, all you guys are actually playing for is just it's just the Premier League. Okay, considering that all you're playing for is the Premier League, do you not feel like the team you have is actually enough? You're only playing once a week. You only have one game in hand. Don't you think you got the first 11? Aubameyang was already drawn out of that anyway. So what was you expecting in the January window? What position did you want to strengthen in the January window?
I mean, definitely striker, 100%. And it's one of those things where I just thought they would have had a plan A and a plan B. Clearly, we all know who we went in for that, but we already knew from like before January that this guy didn't want to come to Arsenal. So what was the plan B? And clearly they didn't go for plan B.
I
whatever the
wouldn't
plan
say
B was.
he clearly knew because Arteta came out and he was very optimistic. And his words were, who wouldn't want to come to Arsenal?
They say that
He
about
has to
every
say
player.
that. Yeah, he has to say that.
They say that.
I'm saying, that's what he was saying. And then I'm sure Arsenal fans was very optimistic. Not until that deal actually was done with Juventus that everyone started reverting back to, we knew that it was never going to come. But Arsenal fans were also optimistic.
You know,
so
from
it's
when
easy to say, okay, I'm not talking in particular. I've spoken to Arsenal fans that are very optimistic about that deal. Because of where Juventus were, and I don't think like anyone even talks about Juventus much because everyone just kept on saying Juventus didn't have money. Yeah. But obviously, now the deal was done, then obviously, we knew it was never coming to us in the first place. It's easy to say that now that the deal was done, but a lot of fans were optimistic. Was it not you that sent me the link to like to that group on Twitter? You know what I mean, when it was comparing who they think they should get. Like, just we're talking about the group. What was it? Thousands of people in that group, or Arsenal fans, debating whether they should get Isak
Vlahovic or Isak
or Vlahovic. Which one is better? So we can't say that everyone knew. When we have like thousands of people in a group arguing what striker will be better for Arsenal. So everyone was very optimistic. So
definitely. I mean, you were optimistic, but I think there was a time when the news came out when they basically said the guy's agent went picking up Edu's call.
Oh, did pick up Edu's call?
They said we weren't picking up his call, and there were speculations to suggest that the guy wanted Champions League football, which we couldn't offer him anyway, and also he wanted to stay in Italy, and he also wanted to play for Juventus. So he got, even if it wasn't at the beginning, but towards the middle of January, that was what was happening. Like there was a trend to say, okay, this guy wants Champions League football. He wants to stay in Italy. He wants to play for Juventus. So for me, it's like, so what's your plan B? What's your plan C? But it didn't seem like they had a plan B. Like that's kind of like how he appeared. But
yeah, I mean, plan B was to let Auba go. That was plan B. Plan B was to let the striker you have go. And
so what's plan?
And plan C was we'll let Folarin go to Middlesbrough as well. That was plan C.
I even forgot about him. I forgot that he went as well. It's criminal, you know. Just let all the strikers go, you know, and then put all your eggs in one basket for a player that didn't want to come to the team, won a Champions League football, and now we're sort of going into the rest of the season with two strikers, one that's not scored a goal, one that scored only 3 goals the whole 22 games, and they're both not going to be here come next season. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, man. It's a mess, man. It's a mess in Manchester. It's a mess in London. It's a mess everywhere, man.
It's a mess. In terms of like, Ade, what? Actually, do you want to touch on the transfer window for Arsenal before we move on to United? Anything else like Yemi hasn't touched on that you want to touch on?
No, I just think at the end of the season, everything's hypothetical now, isn't it? Anything we say will be hypothetical. I think you judge both teams on decisions they made to stand still as to whether or not it was the right decision if they make top 4. So if Arsenal make top 4 and we stood still and didn't buy no one, then we can't criticize the board. You see what I'm saying? And if United make top 4 without signing anyone and letting players go out on loan, then you can't criticize the board. So I think the conversation can be had at the end of the season, and we can look back and say, okay, cool. It's glaring as to where they fucked up. I just don't believe that you can stand still when something's like there's a target you can attain. And I hear the notion of don't sign players for the sake of signing players, but there's enough good players out there. We have enough money to get someone in the squad that can be better than what we currently have. It's not hard. Manny already said we have fucking Xhaka starting for us. It's not fucking hard, man. And you guys still got Fred and McTominay starting, and 90-year-olds playing up front. Come on, man.
But in terms of that,
go on, Jimmy. Go on.
No,
sorry, I'm just going to touch on one player that we were sort of linked with the whole transfer window, I think last summer. The Newcastle just signed Guimaraes. And I don't know if you guys saw the announcement video that Newcastle did. They took the piss out of Arsenal.
Apparently, there was mocking Arsenal or something.
There was mocking Arsenal.
No,
Arsenal
they wouldn't do that to you guys.
Bro, have you seen it?
They wouldn't do that to you guys. Why would they do that?
They took the mick, and it's just like everyone's just taking a piss out of us. Like, you're in for this players, gone to that team, you can't even sign players. It's a joke. And the thing is, the worst thing, come summer, Isak that we're in for or want to sign, there's going to be a lot more team that's going to be in for this guy. So if we don't make Champions League, how are you going to attract all these players? You can't. So it's a massive risk.
I don't care anyway. Once Newcastle start spending all that money, both of us are making top 4. We're gonna have to have another podcast. We're gonna have a different podcast, top 6 podcast or something. Because Arsenal and United ain't making it no more. So fuck it.
Like, this way it's gonna be top 8, bro.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Just let's touch on the other situation. Yemi, what was your thought?
Quickly, United's lack of activity. What are you not saying? But what's your take on that though?
For me, to be honest with you, at the beginning of the winter, I didn't really want us to sign anyone because of our manager's situation. What's the point of signing players? Not signing anyone. Not even. I just didn't want us to go big in the transfer window, waste money, and for a new manager to come in the summer and then for the player not to be part of this plan. So I didn't really mind that. But then there was a couple players. But then when Thingy went to Juventus, what's his name? The midfielder. Zachariah. Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous because he was heavily linked with United for 5 million.
He went to Juventus for 5 mil.
Yeah, 5 mil or so. Because his contract was ending at the end of the season. So I don't mind not signing players, not going big, but when you know you got Scott McTominay and Fred in the middle of the park, why not? See what I mean? 5 million. Even if he doesn't work out, you waste 60 million on players before. You waste probably more than 60 on players. So that's probably the only one that really got to me. But apart from that, I wasn't really expecting much in January. I honestly wasn't expecting much. That's for me. I don't know about Ade. What about you?
I think I touched on it a few weeks ago. My view was, obviously, if he's not going to be permanent, he shouldn't necessarily go on a big shopping spree. So I never expected loads of players coming in. It was never that type of thing for me. But obviously, what's changed since then is a few, like Martial going out on loan and Mason like destroying his whole life. And yeah, so now we don't have forwards, but I wouldn't have even vexed with that too bad if we didn't get anyone. It's the midfield. The midfield we know is a big problem for us. It's always been a big problem for us. So even if you're going to buy one player for one position, it will be to fix that midfield problem. If that's where we're saying our biggest issue has always been and it's been for a while, and we know we're going for top 4, you need to sort that shit out, right? At least that one and only. But if they've decided that we don't need to be in top 4 this year and we can battle with the Wolves and the rest of them, then it's cool. Leicester will chill. We'll be 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Then it's fine. But it just didn't make sense to me. It just didn't make sense at all.
Yeah, man. Look at us, man. Look how the mighty are falling. Look at us. We used to do battle, lads. We used to do battle. We used to go.
We're still doing battle. We're just doing battle a lot lower than.
No, and they're talking about we used to do battle at the peak, going for the league. Going for the FA Cups.
We're at the peak where the snow was. Now we're at the bottom where there's grass.
Look at us. Look at us. We've got United and Arsenal fans on the podcast saying, are we going to make top 4, lads? We might not make top 4. We used to fucking win league titles, bro.
It's a mess, man.
Honestly,
this is why I can't allow these people to stress me out now more, man. I can't allow it, bro. Can't allow it.
No, trust me. We just only got one last bit in it, which is the Aubameyang situation. Let's just touch on that before we jump off. Jimmy, be our guest. You are our guest today. What are you saying? I know Ham loves Aubameyang, so we'll come to Ham last. Let's go to you first.
You know what? Like
right now.
I mean,
wait, before you answer, Yemi, can you also touch on the manager too? Obviously, answer the Aubameyang first, but can you also touch on like the manager, the conflict the managers have with quite a few players? Also touch on that once you touch on the Aubameyang one, if you can, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, with the Aubameyang situation, I mean, he had to get resolved this January, I think, one way or the other, because it was either he stays and then he played or get reintegrated back into this team, or he leaves. But clearly, there was no way of him getting back into the squad because, as we all sort of have read, or there's a lot of speculation to suggest what it was that happened. I think after he left and then he went to Barca, he came out and said his problem was not with Arsenal, but it was with Arteta. But he really didn't say much after that. So it just goes to show clearly it's Arteta. But it's sad to see because I really wanted him to sort of try and get it resolved because clearly he's our best goal scorer in the team. But again, after getting frozen out in December, I just thought, you know what, clearly this guy ain't coming back. So I'm sad that he's left, but I'm just happy that the situation got resolved and now we can just move past the whole Aubameyang thing and just stop talking about it. And obviously, in regards to Arteta, and I think with Arteta, it's a double-edged sword because before he came in, some Arsenal fans kept sort of crying out for some sort of discipline in the squad, and because it just seemed that there was no control in the squad and everyone was just doing whatever it is. And obviously, he's come in and tried to put in some form of discipline and sort of routine where people don't come out, get away with anything, get away with murder, like coming up, turning up late, not showing up for this, not showing up for that. So, and again, it's one of those things where it's the same rule that applies to everyone, regardless whether you're the captain, you're the best goal scorer, whatever it is. And I kind of like that about him because he just is showing some form of consistency, and I think we kind of need that in the club. I mean, if you start letting people like Aubameyang get away with what he has gotten away with in the past, allegedly, that's what I was gonna say.
Don't be throwing my boy on the bus. Allegedly,
you know. And I mean, he just goes to show what kind of example he's showing to the rest of the squad for people like Saka that was looking up to him, you know. So I just thought like it's good that Arteta is obviously bringing this sort of discipline into the squad, but again, he just needs to watch himself because, again, mate, he's a freshie in a job, so he's on a work experience. So he just needs to be careful he's not Pep. He hasn't won that much to be like, I can put my foot down, I can do this, I can do that. Yes, you might have the backing of the Cronkies, but again, they're dickheads as well. So, but it is what it is. But I think what Arteta is trying to implement in the squad is looking good, but he just needs to just be careful. Otherwise, he's going to start getting players turned on him as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I may defend your boy.
I'm not here to defend him. I'm just here to say that Oba, it was fun. I'm sure you can tell by the tone of my voice that it's just hard for me to do right now. I didn't want to see him go 100%. This is hard, man. This is hard. I think I just told you guys I sent him a DM so all our listeners can know how sad I am. Sent him a DM. Thanks for all the memories and all the best. For me, I just need to know, just like Ade said earlier, I just need to know the truth. Once I know the truth, you can say more. I really, really, really want to know what happened, what he done that was so severe that Arteta banished him from the team and the board were backing Arteta's decision. So I need to know, was it lateness? Was it too many times of lateness? Was it just need to know what it was, that it was this deep, because I say it all the time. I was at the stadium when Xhaka took the armband off and swore at me and all the fans told us to fuck off. I was there. And then Yemi and myself as Arsenal fans, we read his so-called apology where he didn't apologize for what he done. But the guy still found a way to stay in the club, get a new contract, and has still worn the armband after that. But all we hear about Auba is lateness or maybe some disciplinary issues. So I just want to know what it really was as to what was so bad. But as for Auba, in the Arsenal shirt, just thanks for the memories, man. We got him in January, got 10 and 13 as soon as he come. Next year, got 22, shared the golden boot with Salah and Manny. The year after that, got 22. A bad season for him was 10. And that's the first time in about 8 years that he hit numbers less than, first time in like 6 years, I hit numbers less than 20. So it ended badly, but I think a lot of Arsenal fans, when it comes to Auba, it will always be fond memories. And the FA Cup semi-final where he scores a double against City, and then the final, he scores a double against Chelsea, and we take the FA Cup. And then, so for me, it's just, I don't think of nothing bad when it comes to Auba. I already have good memories for him. We bought him, and that we bought Laka in the summer. I realized quickly that Laka weren't going to cut it. So that same year, we bought Auba in January, and Auba started banging goals, and Laka's still getting like 1 in 5. Or is it 1 in 6? Who fucking knows? But we just know that Auba was doing his 1 in 2 thing. And yeah, man, I wish him all the best at Barcelona, man. At the last point, like I said, I just can't wait for his tell-all, because Auba is like myself. We don't be biting our tongue. So when it's time to speak, he gonna speak. And yeah, I'll be back on the pod to say what I have to say about what he has to say.
Just a quick question for both of you. The invisible era, where do you rank Aubameyang among the players that you've had since the invisible era?
Yeah, right out there. His numbers do the talking for me. That's all I gotta say. You know, his numbers do the talking, so he's right out there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean,
sorry, right up there, but just name like a couple players so I know exactly what level we're talking about that is with him.
Players
because I don't know
Sanchez,
what players are up there. I don't know what players up there.
I would say Sanchez, when Sanchez was there, was up there, definitely.
Okay.
Players like, I think on the levels of like Cazorla when he was there, obviously worked for the team. Obviously, Cazorla wasn't a goal scorer, but you can see his impact on the squad. So it wasn't like, do you know what I mean? But you can see what he did in the team. So it's definitely people, yeah, like up there. Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Yep, I heard that. Cool. Anything else from you, Ade?
No. It's been nice to listen to you guys. You know what? It's crazy how, when we normally have a break from football, you're eager for the Premier League to come back. This weekend, I told Tom, I'm happy to come back this weekend.
It would have been more pain, Ade. Of course, I wanted to come back.
What is there for me to be excited about? Let me sleep this weekend. So yeah, midweek come. Let's see how that's going to deal with us. Burnley kept 2 clean sheets in a row. Is Ronaldo going to score?
You away or your own?
Well, I think we're away.
We're away.
Is Ronaldo going to score? No. Better prove me wrong. Better score a hat trick. Come back.
Yeah, we're away. Cool. All right, cool. Yemi, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it, and hopefully we see you more down the line. All right, thanks everyone for listening. Please
wait. You didn't say now. If you haven't watched the video yet for our match during summer, go and check out his goals.
Yeah, of course.
Bangers.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched if you haven't seen Friendly in the summer, you need to go and see Yemi's goal with bangers. I think one of the goals I was you can hear me on the sideline shouting, "That's it!" Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, just go out and watch it.
I think I remember that was the first goal because I could definitely hear you.
Yeah. So so thanks for coming through.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for listening. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, like, all the good stuff.
Well, it would help if you subscribed as well, That would help if you subscribed.
Yeah. Subscribe first. Cool. Anything else I'm missing out, boys, before we jump off?
I'm gonna send you guys the link. I watched it was on Sevilla's YouTube channel. They were showing Martial around and showing him like the ex-players that played there. So
I'm gonna send you the same link I watched with Aubameyang too. I was just watching.
I watched already. I watched already.
Yeah. I was watching.
I know you guys have. I know you guys haven't watched the Martial one yet.
No, I'm watching.
Yeah, I know. That's not gonna send it. Look at Ade being quiet out there. You gotta watch that, boy.
I'm busy. I go work. I don't watch stuff.
All right, guys, we out, man.
No, it's
safe.
A bit.
Peace.
It was crazy. They had to pan away from it. It was mad.